What you want, baby, I got it. That's right. I'm John Stark from BackToMovieGuy.com. And I obviously just watched Respect. I'm a blind film critic, and this one's actually been floating around for a hot minute. And it was actually on Amazon Prime, and it did not have audio description. And then I saw over on Paramount Plus, it was like, boop. Oh, Respect is here now. Oh, it's got audio description. Look at that. That's what you get for waiting. So thanks to Paramount Plus, and a nice little middle finger to Amazon for not including the audio description that I knew existed for the film Respect. But I just didn't have any rush because I was so far past. I didn't get to watch it in time for Oscar season, and then she didn't get nominated, and I just kept pushing it back, and I was like, I'll watch it someday, and someday is today. So, yeah. So that is behind me. Now, as far as comparison, obviously, unfortunately, I did see Genius, Aretha with Cynthia Erivo, before seeing Respect with Jennifer Hudson. So I had that comparison, and it's sort of unfair to compare a multi-episode TV series to a 2.5-hour film. They had a little bit more of an opportunity to explore Aretha over decades and sort of marinate in her. They didn't have to cut the film off at a certain age, and we don't get Jennifer Hudson going all the way up until the end of her life. It kind of hits a point, and then we get sort of like video footage of the real Aretha, and that normal text that's like Aretha's career. She sold this many albums, and she sang these many places, and was honored with these many awards. Thing that comes out at the end of a lot of these biopics based on a true story, things like Where Are They Now? That's kind of how Respect ends. It just sort of reaches a point, and then it's like, boop, we're at the end. I've done a lot of booping today in this review. So I'm a big fan of J Hud, all the way back to her American Idol days. Circle of Life was dope. I still remember how mad Elton John got when the bottom three were all black female singers, and he called the show racist. She made out for herself. And I know Fantasia's got the Color Purple movie coming out, so we can't necessarily say that she totally beat Fantasia, but she beat Fantasia. It's not like Fantasia went away. Fantasia's still around, but both of them definitely beat LaToya, though. So, yeah, I don't know where she is or what she's doing, but that other, the third one, unfortunately, was not able to follow along in the success, in career success-wise as the other two. But this was solid. I don't think it was amazing in the world of biopics. I didn't quite blow me away. It felt okay. It felt like there was a lot more that it had to say, and maybe I'm saying that because, again, this is why I like to reveal my biases, because I've seen Genius and I know that there's more to Aretha's story. So it was cramming all of that into 2.5 hours, and I kind of felt like there were things that were left out, but then they focused on other things a little bit more, and some of the things that they focused on were really interesting. The music was really dope. I know that Jennifer Hudson went to painstaking work to transform her voice into as close to matching Aretha's as possible, and when she re-sang these songs, she didn't just sing them the way that she would sing them. She actually tried to match all of the inflections that Aretha was adding to the music, and the tone, and the she didn't put her own stank on it. She didn't put her own J Hud spin on any of these songs. This is not her interpretation of the music. This is her actually really trying to mimic Aretha, which is really hard to do when you think about it in the long run. But if you really listen to it, anybody who's a fan of Jennifer Hudson, you'll notice there is a different quality in her voice in this film. And it's not typical Jennifer Hudson. Even her speaking voice, it was really hard to track typical Jennifer Hudson. I felt like she even changed her speaking voice. This is actually quite a performance for a girl who grew up in the projects in Chicago and got famous from losing on American Idol. I don't think we quite give Jennifer Hudson the respect that she deserves sometimes. I think we just think, oh, she got an Oscar for Dreamgirls because that was her story and that was her time. And I think she's actually a legitimately good actress. And she's one of those people that definitely gets better and better. So this is a great performance from her. And yeah, I didn't like Kristen Stewart, so I would have loved to swap out J Hud for Kristen Stewart because I fucking hate Spencer. I'm sorry. I'm not just saying that as a, like, you must hate everything Kristen Stewart does. And it's like, no, if this was Clouds with Sils Maria, I would have totally been on board for that. She was great in that. I didn't like Spencer. But this is, this centers around her performance, and it paints her father in this interesting way where they only kind of hint at him being a dick, like a little bit. And whereas like Genius was pretty much like, yeah, he runs around and he's maybe not the best influence in her life, but this one takes him a little bit, gives him a little bit of a break. I noticed that difference. There was a little bit more given to Aretha as a child, and her singing moments. We didn't necessarily cut to J Hud right away. We did, considering there's a 2.5 hour, we spent quite a bit of time with the actress who plays her as a child, who was amazing, by the way, an amazing vocalist. And I hope that child one day grows up to be an adult actress and just marinates in the fact that she did that duet with Audra McDonald. I hope, I don't know what she's going to do when she grows up, but whatever she does, I hope she always looks back on that moment and goes, I did that with Audra McDonald. Wow. And I was really good too. It wasn't just Audra out singing me. It was the two of us blended really well. So, kudos to her as well. But this is, if you're asking why should you watch this film, it's really for Jennifer Hudson's performance. I'm not 100% sure that you're going to get the full Aretha story. If you're really interested in the Aretha story, I would say watch Genius. If I'm going performance for performance, blow for blow, I honestly think Jennifer Hudson beats Cynthia. And I love Cynthia, and Cynthia can sing too. I just think Jennifer Hudson made more of an effort to really make the changes to be Aretha. And I know a lot of people were talking about how skinny actresses shouldn't necessarily play Aretha. I don't know if Cynthia's ever been not skinny, but I know J Hud has. And so she understands definitely that struggle, which the film doesn't play with as much as you would think, but about weight gain and that kind of thing. So, but yeah, Jennifer Hudson definitely was the right choice, even though she's, Weight Watchers now. She hasn't always been. So, yeah, it's a solid film. It's just not in the pantheon of great biopics, I don't think. I think there was a reason why when this film was in the Oscar conversation, it was really only in the Oscar conversation for Hudson's performance. So that pretty much encapsulates the entire reason why you should see the film. Some other films, you always get, there's a couple performances, or the costume design's really good, or, you know, something like there's some other things happening there. But this one, I think they also were kind of in the running for original song, but come on, you don't really, nobody ever really thought we were going to get through original song, right? On a film about Aretha Franklin, they were going to throw an original song in there. I didn't. I know some people did. Some people were like, "Oh, maybe the song from Respect." I was like, "Nah, the song from Respect isn't good. No, come on now." But yeah. So those are my thoughts. I liked the audio description. Unfortunately, as most Paramount Plus films do, and this one I gotta say, I made it pretty far into the credits before it tried to kick me into something else. So kudos, but I didn't make it to the end of the credits, so I don't know audio description. I don't know how to turn that off on Paramount Plus. So maybe it's just me, but I never am able to tell you who the narrator is on anything I see on Paramount Plus, unless it says it like right away, unless it's like credits roll and it's like narrated by, and it just, you know. But that's it. So you can watch it on the service now. You don't have to rely on Amazon Prime and their lack of audio description for this film. I think it's actually still on Amazon Prime, which is why I'm saying that. Last time I looked, it's on 2 services right now. So just if you have Paramount Plus, watch Respect there so you can watch it with audio description. I'm going to give Respect, RESPECT. Find out what it means to me. It means a B+. That's carried mostly by Jennifer Hudson. The supporting cast is fine. I didn't think anybody stood out, was going to get a nomination. Oddly enough, if I had to pick like somebody else, if they were like, "Oh, you can bring somebody else along for a nomination," I would pick Dr. McDonald. I mean, I know she's in the film for like all of 5 seconds, but those were a good 5 seconds. So, I mean, Audrey used her time well. So, anyway, that's it for me. Let me know what you think in the comments. You can throw me a like and a subscribe. You can visit my website, macmovieguy.com, the audio description project, adp.acb.org will let you know what has audio description, where you can watch it, and the adna.org will let you know, who does narration for things. And that's it for me today. I gotta go watch more movies, so I'll see you on the other side.